Jürgen Klopp's Liverpool are without 6 players for the Wolves clash, leaving Liverpool in crisis. Liverpool returned to Premier League action against Wolves on Saturday, but there were 6 key absentees from Thursday's training session amid fears of an injury crisis at Anfield. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Thiago Alcantara, Darwin Núñez, Alexis Mac Allister, Stefan Bajcetic and Luis Diaz were not pictured with the rest of the squad as they continued their pre-match preparations at the AXA training centre. Mac Allister, Bajcetic and Diaz are presumed to have been rested due to a tight turnaround after international duty, and no concerns have been reported about the trio's fitness. However, the other 3 absentees have also been struggling with injuries in recent weeks. Núñez was substituted at halftime of Uruguay's 2-1 loss to Ecuador, with head coach Marcelo Bielsa citing muscular difficulties as the reason for his early departure. Alexander-Arnold, meanwhile, continues to struggle with a hamstring problem that kept him out of Gareth Southgate's England 25-man squad for the Ukraine and Scotland games. Thiago is sidelined with a long-term hip injury which requires surgery and is expected to keep him out for some time. Jürgen Klopp recently revealed that the Spaniard has suffered a setback in his recovery and will therefore be out for longer than expected. Curtis Jones is fully back in training, but Thiago is not, Klopp told reporters on September 1st. Thiago had a small setback. He started training with the team and he had a little setback, so we had to slow down a little bit. It's not nice for him and it's not nice for us, but that's the situation. Thiago will use the international break to get up to speed. Hopefully that will be enough, he said. Despite Klopp's insistence that Thiago will be back up to speed after the international break, Thiago did not take part in today's first-team training session. In more positive news for Liverpool fans, Ibrahima Konate is back and in the starting 11 against Wolves. This is especially important given that Joe Gomez will have to fill in for Alexander-Arnold at right back. Curtis Jones has also recently resumed first-team training. Liverpool will have to work extra hard for the 3 points against Wolves without several key players, especially Darwin Núñez and Alexander-Arnold, who have been in fine form of late. On the other hand, Thiago's prolonged absence has hampered the creativity in the midfield, but new signings Alexis Mac Allister and Dominik Szoboszlai are doing well in the Spaniard's absence. The Hungarian player especially helps the team's scoring contribution. It remains to be seen what kind of starting lineup Klopp will field against Wolves, but the absence of injuries to Mac Allister, Bajcetic and Diaz, who are back from their national teams, is seen as a big advantage. Liverpool have identified the 22-year-old as a January target. A deal could be done for €60 million. Liverpool started this summer's transfer window with some very fast moves. First came Mac Allister and then Dominik Szoboszlai, followed by Wataru Endo and Ryan Gravenberch. However, a stopper was also in the works during the summer months. Looking at the Red squad, it is clear that they are in desperate need of a stopper. Matip is in the last year of his contract and given his age and performances, it seems unlikely that a new deal will be signed. Therefore, Klopp wants a left-footed stopper. In this context, the Reds have identified Sporting Lisbon defender Goncalo Inacio as a target and Liverpool have allocated a budget of around €70 million to improve their defence. Inacio has a €60 million release clause in his contract, so the defender could be an affordable option for the Reds. The 22-year-old has established himself as a key player for Sporting Lisbon and is expected to become an important player for Portugal. Inacio is versatile enough to play both as a left central defender and as a left back. His versatility will therefore be an added advantage. The defender can play both in the back 3 and in the back 4. He will certainly give the team tactical flexibility. Liverpool need someone like him who can play both as a fullback and as a central defender. Depending on the opponent, Jürgen Klopp could use him as a fullback to strengthen the defensive unit. The reported release clause is quite high, but the player has the potential to justify the investment in the long run. The 22-year-old would probably want to move to the Premier League and the opportunity to play for a big club like Liverpool would be hard to turn down. Time will tell if the Reds are ready to trigger the player's release clause in the January transfer window, but attempts are certainly being made. The young defender also plays for the Portugal national team and scored 2 headers in the last game. He has good aerial dominance and has been contributing to the scoring throughout the season. Definitely a good profile for Liverpool. Liverpool's predicted starting 11 against Wolves. Liverpool travel to Wolves on Saturday after the international break. The Reds will aim to pick up where they left off before the campaign stalled with a comprehensive 3-0 win over Aston Villa. Jürgen Klopp has been pleased with his team's start to the 2023-2024 season. Liverpool have collected 10 points from their opening 4 games, especially given that significant changes were made to the squad during the summer transfer window. Klopp will be without captain Virgil van Dijk for the clash against Wolves, as he has been banned for a further game by the FA after being sent off in the 2-1 win over Newcastle United last month. Trent Alexander-Arnold is also doubtful with a hamstring injury. Furthermore, Klopp will have to decide who will be available after the international break, as Alisson Becker, Alexis Mac Allister, Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez have a long journey to return from South America. With all this in mind, here is the Liverpool team expected to face Wolves at Molineux. Alisson Becker in goal. Alisson didn't play in either of Brazil's 2 games. He will therefore be fresh on his return from South America despite the time adjustments. Joe Gomez at right back. Alexander-Arnold was not spotted in training on Thursday, which means Gomez could deputise in his place. Ibrahima Konate at stopper. The French star is back in training after missing the last 2 matches. With Van Dijk suspended, Konate's return seems the best choice. The other stopper is Joel Matip. He had a good game against Villa and will hope to make up for an uninspiring performance against Wolves last season. Andy Robertson at left back. Should Alexander-Arnold not play, Robertson could be given the license to bomb forward instead of acting as a third stopper. Wataru Endo in the defensive midfield role. The summer signing from Stuttgart did not return to the Far East for international duty. Japan's matches have been played in both Germany and Turkey. This will be a bonus and could mean he is fresh enough to play in front of Alexis Mac Allister. Ryan Gravenberch opted not to join the Dutch U21 team, but he might not be ready yet. Dominik Szoboszlai. The 22-year-old is full of confidence after scoring against Villa, while Hungary are on course to qualify for the Euros after their win over Serbia. Curtis Jones next to Szoboszlai. He showed against Villa how important it is to press and has had 2 weeks off, so he should be ready to play. Mohamed Salah on the right wing. Rumors of a move to Saudi Arabia have been confirmed for the coming months, but Salah is not impressed. Salah continues to be in good form and is almost certain to start on the right wing. Cody Gakpo in the centre. After scoring for the Dutch national team during the break, Gakpo returned to the team in good form. Darwin Núñez is thought to have some muscle problems and Gakpo will return to the front line. Diogo Jota on the left wing. He made 2 appearances for Portugal and is expected to be rested as Luis Diaz has a long trip back from South America.